In this video we're going to play again with JavaScript, but we're going to play with strings. Now, strings are basically sentences. So we're going to do a couple of things with strings. We're going to see if they contain other strings. So if, say, we had a name John Smith, we're going to see if the string contains the name John. We're going to see if they start with a value. We'll see if they end with a value. And we'll also learn how to replace characters in strings. And if we have time, we will also look at turning strings into arrays, which we have looked at before. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just create a string. Let the string equal John Smith. Okay, so over here I can just, after saving that, I can see that my string is stored. So how can I find out if this string starts with the name John? Well, I could go console.log string.startsWith John. And I'll save, and it says true, because this string does start with that. Now what if I say John with a capital J? It returns false. So starts with is case sensitive. Now there's also a similar function for endsWith. Console.log string.endsWith Smith. So if I save that and run, it is also printed true for this one and also true for endsWith. Now endsWith is also case sensitive, so you have to have the case correct. But what if I wanted to find out if a certain string was in the middle? So John, let's give it a middle name, Henry Smith. I'll just comment these out to make it clearer. So console.log string.includes Henry, and it is true. It has successfully found the word Henry, and just to demonstrate, it is also case sensitive. So these methods can be used to determine if a portion of a string is contained within another string. Now just say I wanted to remove all the spaces in this string. What if I wanted to put in underscores? Well, that's not difficult to do either. We can go string equals string.replaceAll. Now this takes two arguments, this method. The first is the character we're replacing, which is a space, and the second is what we are replacing it with. Now you can replace it with multiple characters if you want, so we could put in multiple underscores, and then I will save, which will run it, and then I'll have a look at our string, and there it is, and it has replaced each space in our starting string with the underscores that we used earlier. Now, if we didn't use replaceAll and just use the word replace, you'll notice that it will only change the first instance of that occurrence in the original string. So that's something to be aware of. So we can replace for the first instance of a character only, or we can go string equals string.replaceAll and that will change all instances. Now the last thing we want to talk about in this is turning a string into an array or a list. So at the moment our string consists of just this set of characters. But if we wanted to split this into an array so we can access each element individually, we could do something like this. Let data equal string.split. And in the split we need to put what we're splitting on. So I've said that every time it sees a space, because there's a space here, in this string, use that as a delineator and break this into an array. So I'll run it and then we'll come over here to the console and see what it looks like. So I've run that and now I run data, the variable we have created, and you'll see that it is now an array with 3 elements, John, Henry and Smith, and there are no spaces here. Those spaces have been used as the joins between the different elements of our string. So this was just a quick look at some of the string manipulation methods that are possible, and these can be used and applied in many different situations.